Okay folks, welcome. Part 2, very, as you saw, brief gap between the changeover. I'm much intrigued by this horse, and I will try and find out in just a moment by asking the lovely trooper. You'll know 100% which horse we've got. Oh, second. Quick question before you vanish. Don't worry, it's that way. Is that Oxford? Which one's that? The massive one.
I'll find out for you.
That's a real beauty that is on, isn't it? Wow.
I'll find out for you. Yeah. Are you here all day again?
Another hour-ish, I think, roughly. Yeah.
Oh, I'll come back to you then.
You're super kind. See you. Okay, Trooper's going to find out for us. What a lovely guy he is, eh? Super nice. Instinctively, I don't know why, I just seem to think that the trooper that's on the very large horse, I seem to remember the last time he was here, he was on Oxford. I might be completely off kilter, but we'll find out in a minute. It's massive, no? Look at one down. Oh. It's a very odd morning. The numbers here are huge all the way around me. Look, wherever I turn, there are people, look. But for some reason, not in any negative way, they're not going close to the horses. It is so odd that sometimes we'll get these days when it almost feels like there is some sort of invisible force field around the horse that prevents people getting close. Isn't it bizarre, people? How sometimes they're absolutely crowding, dozens of people touching the horse. Another day, people are just standing back, watching. Super curious. The psychology of this place is odd.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, whilst briefly there's a clear spot here, you can see the size of this massive horse. Look. Wow. What a beauty, eh? Not quite Q10 beauty, but very close. Certainly the blues version of Q10. This is not a horse you want to see have a meltdown, not with this many people around. Goodness me. Let's hope the horse doesn't mind colour pink too much. Otherwise we could be about to have a problem. I knew that was going to happen. For the second that I stopped, somebody else was standing in front.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. The interesting thing about this trooper, size of the horse aside, is that he will take no nonsense. If anybody even dreams of putting their hands anywhere in the reins, whew. Yeah, been a while since we've seen it, but we know how he deals with that. Best analogy I can give would be pretty much the same way that a hammer has a relationship with a nail. If anybody wants a very quick business idea as well, folks, quick money, don't waste your time with Amazon drop shipping. Head down to Horseguards with a whole large holdall full of cheap woolly hats. You pay £2 each for. You'll get rid of them easy all day long here for £15-20. I guarantee it. Because so many people haven't bought a hat, and on these nippy, chilly days, it is bitterly cold when the wind blows. So there you go. 100 hats, folks, £2 each. Bring them down, sell them, make a ton of money for one day's. It's not even a day. I mean, you could probably sell the whole lot in 1 hour. And why not filming? I would be very tempted. Plus, I could also put London City Walks on the bobble. It's also the kind of beauty you can just observe. Magnificent, eh, folk? Really. At the other end, I noticed there were tourists saluting down there. Every time I miss that. So 1 second, these kids are coming over to go to group picture. Let me go back to this then for a little while. This horse is beautiful too, but it's much, much smaller. This one we're looking at now, 16.3, I would say. The one behind us, easy 18 plus. Although, actually, hold on a second, people. Look at the grey over the eyebrows. This is not the lifeguard horse Invader, is it? Actually, no, it's not. Not as pronounced, but it's very, very similar. Very similar. Notice those little markings over the eye, over the eyelids. Yeah, it's not Invader. No, you're not. Invader's younger brother. No gloves. It is really cold. Oh dear. Folks, I'm still here. I was just reading a message. Interesting enough, it is 11 minutes past the hour, but the trooper's doing his rounds. What am I missing, people? It's normally every 15 minutes when the bell tolls. This trooper's on his own time. I'll try and find out because I honestly have no idea at all why he's not doing it per 15 minutes. Never seen that before. Look, I'm not exaggerating. Look, you can see from the clock. Plus, I didn't need to show you. You didn't hear it, the bell ring. Notice that he's not doing it every 15 minutes. He's doing it whenever he feels like it. Yeah, I'm very, very curious as to why that might be. Maybe nobody mentioned. I don't know this trooper, so I can't speculate. He might be new. I have no clue. I don't want to assume that because there might be another reason why he's not doing it every 15 minutes. But we've seen guys for many, many, many months, whichever regiment is here, 15 minutes on the bell. The trooper leaves, the gatesman leaves, the archers and comes to the front, or goes to the tunnel. So I have no clue at all why it's seemingly random today. Very unusual. Busy as well in the centre. Look, along Whitehall. The traffic. That light over on the old War Office, the Raffles Hotel now. It's not helping though, folks. The sun is not even helping with the weather. The temperature, it's not lifting it up at all. And I think a lot of people that would have gone to the palace this morning and waited for that guard change would likely have given up and gone home afterward, because I've got gloves and it's just about manageable to be operating the kit and the phone screen and stuff. Several of the people that are here filming don't have that girl, look at her, she knows me, I have no idea who she is. A lot of the people that are here filming this morning don't have any hand coverings. So I think their videos are going to be without the zoom function today, in all honesty. I'll wait a teeny bit if the trooper comes back out. I know he still has to do stuff in the stables. If he doesn't come back out shortly, I'll wait until after the video is finished and then pop the name in the pinned comment. The name of this beauty. Very eclectic cast of characters here this morning, very. Maybe just the oil again. Notice the traffic's all pretty much jammed up. Tomorrow is going to be complete chaos here. Struggling to sort of be able to move, guys. There are people on my left and right, so it's very hard to actually get in a spot and be able to speak, because the second I find somewhere to stop, I'm immediately surrounded by people behind me, which makes it very hard to speak to you. briefly better. You think that's what it is, yeah? Oh, here we go, look.
It might be the wedding now.
Yep.
Pero no vas a querer foto.
Imagine just a deep to get a
If they tried to get, in fact, they probably could get in easily. It wouldn't last long. They were moving fast.
Really, this inside yesterday. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Tomorrow, I don't know what time they'll close, but they'll definitely close because it's a new Palestine protest. It's coming from Hyde Park Corner to Downing Street, so it's going to go past it. I'll try and find out what time the protest begins, but more importantly, what time they're going to lock the gates. Maybe. I know I was going to ask you, by the way. You know when you look on the actually, wait 1 second. What's it called? Okay, you know when you look on the watch page. Wait, look. What's that number on yours? Out of interest. So it's on the earn tab.
Yeah, I know this one.
Oh wait, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I was going to ask you what it was.
Acércate. Che non ci fai nada. Mai.
Apparently the average seems to be around about $5, which to me seems super low, but I don't know.
Che mappo, acércate a cavallo, si queda un quadro.
As high as that?
Ti sta leggissimo.
Oui, je suis là.
Un quadro, mira dove sta stio, cavallo.
So as you're probably hearing, there's so many people. I was talking to my friend, and there's so many people behind us. It's crazy difficult to have a normal narrative this morning. So
It depends, because the long one.
roughly about, what is that? Like, eight pounds or something? £7.50, £8.
Because we was 906, no?
No, 1080.
1080. It depends. That's why I told you the long.
Yeah, it seems to make a difference actually. That's up from last month. That's pretty good. He's smiling. I know. By the way, did you get the what yesterday?
The thing.
Yeah. Did it arrive? I got it yesterday, which is early. I was like, hold on, what's this? I'll show you, but don't say it, yeah? 1 second, look. That's 19 days. I was yeah.
I spoke to Nick yesterday.
Good or bad? I'm going to talk to him if I see him tomorrow. There is no.
10 as in 1.
I would ask him how it's possible. In fact, I noticed. I'll talk to him tomorrow if he's here. I noticed one video went to 1.3 million views. How can a 1.3 million video have 500 likes? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I was going to mention the group actually last night. I forgot to ask, but I'll talk to him about it because either somebody paid for some traffic to be sent or something happened wrong. Because I would worry if that happened to my channel. I would worry a lot.
So yes, that is made as well. 3 times I uploaded. That is re-uploaded.
Oh really? Naughty, naughty.
You don't know that?
That sounds like someone else that we know.
That's why I told him already. Yes, I told him. Yes, serious? But he said, he said 1 million, John.
Okay. No, I can't wait to see him tomorrow if he's here to talk to him. Maybe that's like an insider tip.
It's very
Mysterious. Mysterious. Mr. Mysterious.
He just insists. No need. I know already. No need.
Oh goodness. Yeah, but yesterday's actually was a little teeny bit more than I was thinking. It was 8.3. So I was thinking, you know, it's weird. Okay, so we go back to the other end. We're talking here about issues with traffic getting sent to certain videos because there have been a few, I wouldn't say problems, few issues, okay, with some of our accounts. Myself and 2 other people that I know here very well. Another friend of mine who's not here today, I want to ask him about his tomorrow because we've noticed some very, very odd traffic. Some very odd traffic from non-typical sources. And it's happening to several of us. So obviously we're thinking, like, hold on a second, like, why would that suddenly happen? What would be a reason? That involves a little bit of digging deep into analytics, though, which I haven't actually had yet the time to do, alas. This trooper is, look, see, look, he just said don't touch it. I'm not sure if you caught that. We definitely didn't hear it. He just said don't touch it. I would love to know, though, actually, if this trooper in particular has been told not to shout at the tourists, because he has one of the most powerful voices, not just in the blues, but in the entire household cavalry. Really, really powerful voice.
Yeah.
I wonder actually if we're going to see shortly when the Christmas season begins, typically the end of the first week in December, the first Christmas parties, corporate Christmas parties, office parties, blah, all that kind of thing will start happening in London. We will get a lot of people, what's the word I'm looking for? Merry people, coming out of their Christmas lunches and office celebrations and so on in this area. I remember it very well last year, mainly at the phone boxes at the other end, but coming past horseguards, there'll be all sorts of things happening. And talking about all sorts of things happening, we were mentioning earlier the fact that there seems to be an awful lot of police around. There are an awful lot of police around. A lot of them are coming this way. I'm wondering, actually, you know what? Yeah, it's Just Stop Oil, everybody. Here comes Just Stop Oil. Look at this. There are the 2 officers at the front with a camera. And behind them, Look, here we go. Just the oil clowns coming past horse guards. Unbelievable, look at this. Good lord. Just when you think things can't get any more unusual here at horse guards, they do. They're actually walking past the horses with this massive Just Stop Oil ban. Look at this. Just Stop Oil at horse guards. And the reason, as you can see, there are a lot of officers following them. At the moment, walking along with the banners along Whitehall is not a criminal offence, okay? It's not a criminal offence. The second, however, that they get on the public highway, for example, stop the traffic, they'll be arrested immediately. That's what the officers are waiting for. There are not very many of them either. So I dare say they're probably choosing their moment, as it were, to stop. But they're waiting to sit on the floor. Okay, so yeah, Busker's also saying that the police are waiting to jump on them and arrest them. But they need to do something first. In other words, they need to sit on the floor or do something that is arrestable. Simply walking along the street holding a banner is not an arrestable offence. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to let them continue because that's not what we're here for. But that was the first time I'd actually seen Just Stop Oil right in front of horse guards. It looks like there might be several groups. There are police everywhere. The amount of money, this is what annoys me about this, the amount of money that's being wasted on this situation with the policing of Just Stop Oil demonstration is completely obscene. On the other side of Whitehall, there are also dozens of officers. And I think what they're doing, notice that guy there with the Just Stop Oil high vis on. What they're doing is they're following every single person that they think is part of the protest. Look at this clown, look, with this massive flag. Is he completely stupid or what? You might scare the horses with that, chap, seriously.
With the music, yeah.
No, not with the music, with the flag. Switch it on. Unbelievable. Oh, somebody's taking a picture of their doll. There are horse guards on the bollard. Look, it's like a doll fashion show. What is this? Just when you think you've seen every kind of oddity, but I've never yet seen Just Stop Oil get this far along Whitehall. They're almost always arrested and put into vans at the Trafalgar Square end. Yeah, maybe they're sort of testing police tactics. What I mean by that? Well, at least 3 or 4 times in the past couple of weeks when I've been here, they've been arrested at Trafalgar Square. A lot of videos on TikTok from a few days ago. So many actually of them being arrested. I didn't even post them all because it's much of the sameness. But obviously they're learning. They are testing to see what the police are doing. Will they arrest us here? Will they stop us there? Do we actually need to sit down on the floor to get arrested? Yeah, I think that's what's happening because again, even though I can't remember, it's section 23. I completely forgot which law the police are using to keep them clear of the public highway. But they need to actually do something before they can be arrested. So this is part of the problem. Yeah, I was really not expecting that actually. So every time you end up seeing so many high vis, it's inevitable it's going to be Just Stop Oil unless something went seriously wrong here. It was a massive protest. Tomorrow there'll be an army of police here, and in all likelihood the police forces will have riot gear on as well. Going by what we've seen in previous weeks. Also, don't forget it's been now 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago that we had the last pro-Palestine protest march, whatever you want to call it, here in London. So I dare say that the turnout tomorrow, even though it's going to be a cold day, will be huge, just by virtue of there having been that week off, as it were. That said, I mean, tensions seem to have gone down a little teeny bit now. Some of the hostages have been released. There is a ceasefire in place, I think, for another 2 or 3 days. I guess those are positive signs, hopefully that will mean that the protest tomorrow a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more optimistic and forward thinking. No guarantees, of course, but I would certainly hope so. It's actually ironic, folks. I had a lot of people, I deleted the comments and blocked the users because they're completely silly. A lot of people complained that the video of the tourists who were disrespecting the guard this week, that video was specifically put up as an anti-Semitic video. I mean, the mind boggles. There are many videos on the channel over the past few months. French tourists, Italian tourists, all kinds of tourists and visitors being naughty or getting thrown out, etc. Every different nationality, colour, race, religion, whatever. And it was interesting because somebody also mentioned in the comments, again you won't find it because I deleted it, why do you never put up any videos of Muslims doing that, horse guards? I'm like, hold on, how can I put up a video of somebody doing something if it's never happened? And secondly, how on earth would I automatically even be able to presume anyone's religion at all, based solely on the way that they look? The mind boggles. The reason I mention it in this video is that from now on, anyone making those kind of silly comments, I will simply block them from the channel permanently. It's just easier because I try to, maintain an upbeat note, regardless of the topic that's being discussed or filmed or, narrated about in the video. So I think that's going to be the most sensible way to do it, because otherwise, if I sort of leave it as a free-for-all, I'm going to get flooded with all sorts of nonsensical comments saying the channel is pro this, the channel is pro that. To clarify, the channel is not pro or anti anything. The channel is simply about horse guards and daily life of horse guards. Now, if that involves a group of tourists of any ethnicity, religion, nationality coming along, being stupid, being disrespectful to the King Guard, I couldn't care less where they're from, they will be called out. It's as simple as that, okay? So I thought I'd better clarify that, because there were some very, very angry people thinking that, oh, I can't believe you posted a video like that. It's like, a video like what? If people want to come here and be rude and disrespectful, tough. You're going to get, in all likelihood, filmed by multiple people here, and it wasn't only myself, many of us filmed that incident a few days ago, and in all likelihood that video will appear on social media. So the simple solution to the problem is don't be rude when you visit. Easy, isn't it? Fundamentally, I would not dream of being rude in anyone else's royal residences, regardless of which country I went to. I just wouldn't do it. So that's my little mention of that, folks. I should have actually addressed it when I started video number 1 this morning. It just slipped my mind. But I hope that most of you will agree with me that the channel needs to be a place for the horses, the guards, and horse guards as a location for tourists in London getting pictures and videos and stuff. And not a place for any sort of politics, whether left, right, is Israeli, Palestine, whatever. It's not about that. It needs to stay solely about what the channel is intended to stay solely about. And me going and covering protests that end up along Whitehall doesn't mean that I am pro or anti anything. My function, as I've mentioned before, is to record what I see when I'm out and about with my camera. Hence me not saying I support this, I support that, they're right, they're wrong. It's more about the fact that it's being captured. 1, for accuracy, 2, for posterity, 3, for archival researchers, and 4, because occasionally it shows us beautifully, like the incident that didn't happen at the Cenotaph a few weeks ago, that often what the normal mass media show us, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's inaccurate, but I would most certainly go as far as saying it's misleading. Now, whether intentionally so is a different matter, but yeah, we know that we're often misled by certain false narratives, shall we say. So if I try to walk around, film what happens, even if something goes wrong, people get arrested, I will film all of it. You know this, I've done it before. Why? Because if I keep it consistent, and if I don't pause and make edits to the video, then you know that what I'm showing you is exactly what happened without any sort of slant, whether left wing, right wing, anti this, pro that. It's simply, this is what happened when I was out and about with the camera switched on, and that is the function fundamentally of this channel, to record and to document what happens in and in the immediate vicinity of horse guards here on Whitehall. this video will definitely not be as long as the previous one for two reasons. One, we know which horses are out. Two, in about probably 30 minutes, my hands will be ice blocks. Three, more importantly, folks, tomorrow will be a very, very busy day, regardless. So what I'm going to do, looking up at the clock, it is 20 minutes to 1. I'm going to wait until we see the two original horses come back over for that guard change. And then at that point, I will end video number 2. So we've got about 20 minutes. It should hit about an hour, I would think, give or take.
Excuse me, are you London City Walks?
Oh, that depends. Are you undercover? I am. Yeah, I'm in the middle of YouTube right now.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. See, guys, this is what I mean about leaving no edits at all, regardless of what happens. Why? Because if something good happens, if something bad happens, it all gets captured. The audio and the video, etc. Thank you, guys, if you watch this video, for saying hi to me. I do always appreciate when people come up and say hello. Sometimes, though, I am in the middle of a video, and as we know, alas, everybody, that means that I can't quite sort of get into it and engage as much as I did when I was doing TikTok lives. It's much harder to focus on giving a narrative and obviously on the quality of the filming if I'm having lots of different conversations. I can't be having a conversation with the camera and explaining what's happening to you guys in the video if I'm talking with other people. Plus, actually, the trooper, if you remember to ask the name of this beauty, might well be back out. That's the stableman, that is. Well, it's 1 o'clock. Also, I've just remembered, we've also got a double change, haven't we? At 1, we should see the chitsman, gatesman and the boxman all change over together at 1 o'clock. So that's kind of a big deal. That's one other reason. Hopefully, Just Oil won't come along here and make a nuisance of themselves at this end of Whitehall. In the meantime, I was absolutely convinced the second that I saw that banner that they were going to unfurl it along the front here. I don't actually know what the response would be. It's a tricky one. I'm also not sure what the response would be if they went through the gate and did it, because through that gate, strictly speaking, even though the police can arrest anyone anywhere, that area through the gate is under the purview of the Ministry of Defence Police, not the Metropolitan Police. So I really have no idea what would happen if, for example, Just Oil went into the yard and started getting into it. I've also just noticed, curiously enough, there's a vehicle in the tunnel. Let's hope it's not a Just Oil vehicle. It's pretty unusual actually to see a vehicle actually in the middle of the tunnel. I don't know if it's coming in or going out. Guess we'll see in a second. Somebody important enough to have a little fob that automatically lowers the bollards. No, I don't think they can decide. This really has been the most unique of mornings, just in terms of the way that people are behaving. The stableman is very busy at work in the stable area. I can hear and see him sweeping, and that would explain why. We might not get the horse name for a bit. It really did turn into a really crisp and bright autumnal morning, didn't it, here? It's quite lovely, to be fair.
Cool.
All these bobble hats and gloves and stuff.
And the king, I'd asked if he'd be allowed to wear a second shirt.
आ जाओ हो गया easy.
It's a lovely, lovely bright outfit.
कहाँ मैं जम्मू तैयार नहीं होती इधर इतनी जल्दी करती थी बने नहीं हो जल्दी.
Interesting enough, everyone else that was filming here earlier went after the Just Oil protest. Obviously I didn't. But I'm wondering if anything's happened. My natural curiosity is making me wonder what happened, whether or not they got arrested. Okay, finally, after about half an hour of trying, I've managed to get the spot head on in front of this beautiful, massive horse. Well, I will likely stay, guys, until the changeover. The money spot.
One second. Oh. No, I mean he's crossing.
They're just trying to get a picture of people keep walking across, going through the gate. Ah, magnifique, c'est bon. She's right. Kids have no fear around the horses here. It's extraordinary, isn't it? But luckily the horses seem to recognise, differentiate between adults and children. Because I haven't yet seen a kid have a bad experience with the horse here. Not very bad. We've seen plenty of adults getting seriously nipped or having items of clothing ripped off them and thrown on the floor. Look at it behind me, look at it. It's just an absolute melee of tourists. The two things I need to try and clarify then, obviously the horse's name as I mentioned, perhaps even more importantly, why the trooper, the gatesman trooper, is today kind of doing his own thing whenever he feels like it. That's most curious, and the first time ever. Actually, wait, no way, look, speak of the devil. Here he comes. And again, we haven't heard the bell. Straight back in. He's not come over to speak with his colleagues. That'll be his final rounds anyway, because he'll now be finishing. Likely, actually, that trooper for the day, I would think. 1 o'clock double changeover. Yeah, very good chance that'll be it for the day for him. And I'm sure he's happy because you know what? Those gloves or not, those gauntlets, I have no clue whether or not they're sufficiently thick to keep his hands warm. I never thought to ask the troopers actually. Are the gloves that thick to keep your hands warm in the winter? Because I tell you guys, wool is not doing it today. So maybe wool with a thick leather exterior. Actually, wait, here comes that vehicle. It's a rare example of the bollards being lowered so somebody can come out. I have no idea who it is. I think though, actually, it looks as though it's a stableman driving somebody out. So we might have a bit of a delay on the horse name, folks, if he's just had to head back to Hyde Park with, in all likelihood, a captain. somebody that went after the Just Stop Oil protest has not come back, so something must have happened. I'm thinking perhaps outside Downing Street. I'm very reluctant to move, guys, because we've got that double change. I'm not going to go inside for it either. It will be busy, I know, but I'm much more interested in seeing if we can get the name of the horse during the video. Again, I'm not sure 100% whether that was a trooper that just left as a chauffeur. And it's now exactly 11 minutes to 1 p.m. So this video is going to be perfect length, actually. The Frenchies that here are liking the horse very much. Magnifique is the word I'm hearing a lot this morning. I keep saying this morning, it's not really this morning anymore, it's now 10, exactly 10 to 1. But mais oui, c'est vrai, c'est magnifique. Look, the happy Frenchies. I would be the happiest roast beef, or roast beef as you Frenchies call it, if you had this in Paris. One small problem, you decided to dispose of your royal family, so there's not really a need in France for royal guards, alas. Even the horse is like, yep, you're right. Good point, bro. It's a very distinctive blaze, actually, isn't it, on this big horsey? He knows that it's almost break time. Yes, you do. Yeah, the Frenchies love British history. I think it's because there's a bit of regret. Kind of, oh, we could have had a history like that if we hadn't killed it off. Fluffy hoods and fuzzy hats everywhere. Anything missing, guys, is mulled wine and jingle bells. I'm also guessing, simply because we're going to be closed next month here, that there will be no sort of Christmas decorations at all. I don't know, actually, in previous years, if horseguards is typically seasonally adorned in some way. I don't know, mistletoe or whatever. I dare say there's something here, certainly would be new. Glitter and different coloured lights, I know that. Or we need a Christmas tree, but I wonder, there must I'm sure, be something here. Although this year, I don't know if they will bother because of the closure. Okay, I've just spotted the trooper, and I'm going to ask him again if he knows the name of the horse. Fingers crossed, people, maybe he will. If I can get to him, that is. I'm not leaving my spot here, so if he doesn't come over, I'll message him later. Either way, I will update you with the name of the horse. Fingers crossed. What happened? Oh, they actually did, yeah?
Yes. In the middle of the road, man.
Well. Okay, 4 Just Stop Oil protesters arrested. You heard it here first, folks. This guy's earmuffs, look, keeping his ears warm. Very nice. I'd love to know where to get a pair of those. Super. Alright, keep my fingers crossed. I really want some earmuffs like that, actually. I really want some earmuffs like that. I'm not risking running over and asking about the horse again, guys, because I'll lose my spot. The second I move from here, in the front, gone. So if the name isn't dropped in this video, it will be dropped in the comments. So everyone behaves themselves when the change happens. This trooper does not at all have the patience for silliness during the actual horse changeovers. 5.5 minutes until he'll be swapping out. And I dare say he is going to be delighted to get back in the warm. Everyone's standing behind me, guys. It's very awkward to be talkative.
لا لا
رحيمي روح منا يا اخوي قرب 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 ماني مسافر قرب والله انك بعيد
It actually doesn't seem like it's the same day we saw the naughty horse that didn't want to go through the tunnel. I don't know why, probably because it's just hard to explain it. I don't think, however much I turn the camera around or describe it, it's very hard to give a true representation of how chaotic it is here sometimes. I think a lot of you know that because you visited, but yes, you can hear the sound behind me as well, but unless you're here on the ground, it's sometimes just like, wow, head spinningly busy. constant motion, constant noise, constant discussions all around, etc. in God knows how many 50 languages. It is absolutely relentless today. Did they arrested them?
Yeah, and 20 minutes done.
Downing Street or further?
They've got the road by the section, so it's snapping like they carry on the road.
I think they're going to give up on it. They're going to have to. We're not making any progress. Yeah, massively. Okay, so it was a non-protest process, it would seem today, with just a royal. First time we ever saw them coming along the front of horse guards.
Those guys 2 minutes of changing of the guard.
Seen the Blues and Royals Corporal of Horse actually out and about. I'm not sure if he's going to come this way or go the other way. Actually, guys, I just spotted an opportunity. I can ask the Corporal of Horse which horse it is. I'm going to do that really quickly. Sorry, Corporal. Can I ask which horse he's on? Not Oxford, because I asked the other troop, he wasn't sure either this morning.
The rider? No, I don't know. I don't know who he's on.
It looks like Oxford to me, that one. Yeah? Okay, so definitely... Oh, perfect. Okay, we got it, everybody. He's on Northumberland. He's on Northumberland. I just got a little word in my ear. It's Northumberland. Love how coy they were today. So, Trooper definitely didn't know. And interesting that the Corporal of Horse wasn't sure. Anyway, obviously the rider knew. So we got a word. We got it, guys. It was worth it in the end. See, persistence, perseverance, and more importantly, politeness always pays off. This is the glorious Northumberland. In fact, I have seen this horse before, but it's been a while since horse has been here. A very good while, in fact. That probably explained why I was convinced it was Oxford. So Oxford and Northumberland, almost like twins, actually. The troopers are swapping over. Actually, no, they're not swapping over ends. They're keeping the same boxes that they had this morning. So the troop with the moustache will be in the far box, and the same troop will be in this box. Northumberland. I have no idea which horse is coming in behind Northumberland, and if I spend another hour outside trying to find out, I'll be an ice cube. So goodbye, magnificent, uni-socked Northumberland. He is a beauty, isn't he? Look at this. Glorious fluffy beast of a horse. I have no idea when they're going to take the flags down, guys, but they're certainly not going to last, I can tell you that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if I'm here tomorrow and they've already been lowered. Anyway, we've got another giant here. I still have no clue which horse this one was, and I probably should have asked, but you know what? The one we were concerned with most was Northumberland, so we've got that. If I can find out the one in front of us, I will do, as you know. If not, then there's always next time. More importantly, the Blues are going to be here for a while. They're going to be here for several days. So the horses that they brought with them will be rotated. So the horses we're seeing today, there is a very good chance they'll be here tomorrow. If they're not back out tomorrow, then they definitely will be back out on Sunday. So either way, we will eventually get to know all of the horses that are here with this current crop of Blues. There we are, Trooper back again in the same box he was in this morning. Okay, I'm going to head through the gate for the last few minutes, guys. One, because it is absolutely shocker. Look at this, how many people there are. Absolute shocker. Just squeezed myself through the line. They're probably trying to get in front of it. Just too many people. Goodness gracious. And luckily, the trooper is moving everyone out of the way. Okay, wait, so he's still here. Look. I can, guys, for the moment, stand right in the middle. Why? Because I know what's going to happen, so I can get my whatever's out of the way before it happens. In other words, no risk of getting anywhere close to being in the way of the King's Guard. That's the key. Okay, so here they come. They're obviously going to go into the tunnel first. Double checking the guard behind me is gone. He has indeed gone. There we are. Trooper, lovely trooper, parted the crowd for us beautifully. So despite there being a zillion tourists, we are right in the middle, folks. There we are. Front row seats to the changeover. How lucky is that, eh? Everyone's looking at I'm dude, you're in the middle. Yes, I am. Only for the moment, though. Pure luck. It's a nice blue suitcase. Okay, if I zoom out, you can now see just how bad it is in terms of the number of people. Troopers eyeballing everyone to get out of the way. Brilliant. Yeah, he didn't even need to say anything. He just stood there and stared at them and they moved. Love it. Okay, wait for them to go back over and then quickly get myself out of the way for the trooper that is coming through. Here he comes. In fact, this trooper is such a gent, he wouldn't shout anyway, but I'm going to make sure I'm way out of his way. There we are. Absolutely clear path. Look at this. Fantastic. Oh. That was close. Brilliant. Okay. And there we are. He's in the archway. Love it. It's so good. It's very, 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 very chilly here today, guys. The troopers, I dare say, regardless of what they're wearing, probably have very, very, very cold hands, feet, and everything else. And that, ladies and gents, is what we've got. Look, an absolute packed yard again. Madness, eh? I'm going to start referring to tourist season, folks, because there isn't one. It looks like it's a pretty much consistent thing. Crazy for Friday afternoon. It's like tempted to start asking random people, excuse me, do you work? Like, so many people that are not obviously not working, but hey, they're on holiday, they don't need to work, and I think that is the key. Magnificent, eh? Eyeball the tourist.
It was Northumberland.
I got it from the corporate horse, yeah, in the end. But nice, nice big horse, that one, eh? Like, wow. Looks exactly like Oxford there.
Use the force.
Yes. Obi-Wan Kenobi there. Well done. Brilliant, guys. There we are. Perfect end to today's video. Confirmed by two sources there, the lovely trooper, of course, and you're on by the corporal, of course. So Northumberland was that glorious big fluffy beast, and from an absolutely chock-a-block, ram-packed, insane horse guard. Look at this. I don't even want to think about what tomorrow could be like if this is Friday afternoon, folks. Yeah. From here at Horse Guards, an absolute chaos. I'm out of here, guys. Dark room, earmuffs, some kind of material to block up my vision, I think. Yeah. Back in the next video, guys, in all likelihood tomorrow, if Horse Guards is open. Wherever you are, enjoy your Friday, and I will, of course, be back very soon. Bye, guys.